And cameras are going live.
All right, apologize for a late start. We had an executive session that went a bit long, but we'll call this meeting to order. Let the record show that all members are present with the exception of Mr. McCormick, who's out of town. If you would, let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, everyone has a copy of the minutes from our last meetings. Anybody have any additions or corrections to offer? Not, we'll let the minutes stand as presented. Mrs. Browning, you have claims to present.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to approve all claims and payrolls as submitted.
A motion to approve the claims and payrolls. A second from Mr. Cornelius. Anybody have any questions regarding the claims and payrolls? If not, all in favor, raise your right hand. 6-0. All right, no donations. We'll move into our information report.
Okay, we'll have Evan start us off with some information about food service and I think some new programs for this next year.
Yes. So we'll just go through this real quick. This first top page you have is called Crave. This is the new platform that we'll be doing at the high school. Sometime in July, I'll be getting new marketing to hang up in the cafeteria. Myself and Brittany will put that up. And these first two pages just kind of walk you through kind of what the idea is behind Crave. It's essentially going to be set up like it is now, where we have separate stations. And if you go to the second page where it says food stations, we don't have the room to run all of these. So to give you an example, and we're going to get to the menu next, where it says Spotlight, we're actually going to rotate the showcase and the savory stations on that one. So that menu is going to change every single day. It'll be something different. Slices is still going to be the pizza station that we have now, but we're going to add new things into it. So this year, because we're trying to get back to more from scratch things, we're going to have things called, we already make the pizzas from scratch. We started that last year at all the schools. We're going to have these things called pizzeritas that I think the kids are really going to like. We take raw pizza dough and essentially make like a mini stromboli. We'll have cheese, pepperoni, sausage, little pizza sauce, and we're actually going to roll it, put slices in it, and bake them every day, every other day. Because I told them when they came up with this menu, people, if we have to make those every day and we're making 200 or 300 of them, how are we going to do that? So we're still going to have Bosco sticks and that kind of thing. But we're also going to try having open-faced hot sandwiches. So meatball sandwiches, again, sort of a stromboli type sandwich. On the sizzle, which is grill, we always have a variety, if you didn't know this, of anywhere from 4 to 6 different kinds of sandwiches on there every single day. This year, we're going to have more customizable things, and we'll kind of talk about some of those on the menu too. And that's kind of what this whole thing is making different, is we're not necessarily adding on more options. It's just having more from scratch and having things that are more customizable. So we're going to have a bigger condiment station. So for instance, when we get to the menu, Cajun cheeseburger or Diablo chicken sandwich, we're not actually going to make that for them. We're going to have the condiment station with some kind of a graphic that shows them, if you want the Diablo chicken sandwich, here's what you put on it. That way they can put the spicy mayonnaise that we have and the jalapenos on it if they want to, but if there's something they want to leave off, they can. So that's the new thing for the high school to replace Taste Forward. So now I gave you guys week 1 and week 2 of the menus for the high school. I hope I gave you week 2 because I don't have it here. You got both weeks?
Yes.
Okay. So it's actually, the reason I only gave you 2 is because it's actually a 6-week cycle. So every week, these things change. You're going to have your core items like a pepperoni pizza, a cheeseburger, a crispy chicken sandwich, but everything else changes every day and every week. You know, some of the core things we might do, like the pizzerito I was telling you about, we'll do that 2 days. Then we have the chicken parmesan loafer, a meatball marinara loafer, an eggplant parmesan loafer. And when I run new menus like this, Sodexo gives me the power to kind of say, that's not going to work. I don't want to do that. What I like to do is run it the way they designed it, because allegedly they had surveys with students and this is what students said they wanted. So I'm like, let's run it as it is. And if there's something that doesn't sell, then we'll take it off and we'll change it around. So the first 2 6-week cycles, this is what the menu is going to be. So if you have a teenager from Washington High School telling you they don't have anything to eat, they are lying. And I would love for you guys sometime this year to, I think you used to do it in the past, come around. If you can't all come at the same time or in groups, just come by for lunch someday and just check it out and actually eat the food. And as always, if you guys get feedback from the community, because they don't always say anything to me, please let me know, because I take care of things pretty quickly when there's an issue, as I hope you know. So the last page, and you guys can look at that at your leisure. If you ever have questions, just call me or email me or something. This is the year at a glance. It's kind of a marketing calendar, but it kind of walks through each month. In addition to all these kind of things, more things that we're going to do just for, it's called Bite Science. So for instance, at the elementary school in August and September on Wednesdays, we have our normal menu. We're going to run a Western Wedge chicken bowl those 2 months, October and November. Soul Street Gracia. Don't ask me what that is. I have no idea. I tried to look that recipe up today and they don't even have it in there yet. But they gave me 3 or 4 things to choose from, and I tried to pick something different because it's something I go in and I'm going to sample for them usually a day or 2 ahead of that, so they have an idea of what it is, the students. And maybe they order it, maybe they don't, but it's just something to change the menu up so it's not the same thing every single week. Student experiences, those are things that we're going to just run. We may run a special menu item or something like that for those holidays or whatever's going on. Some things of note that I'm going to add this year. We're going to have Future Chef in March, of course. I'm adding a second culinary competition for the middle school and high school called Future Chef Duos. That's a brand new thing. I have no idea how it works, but I have a lot of kids because I've been here for 8 years now. I have a lot of kids that have participated in Future Chef that are in middle school and high school. And they're like, we want a culinary competition. So Sodexo came up with something new, so we're going to do that. And then in May, I'm going to do Kitchen Wars again, which is my people from the different schools have a cooking competition. And I have a little goat trophy that says Grace all the time. It actually has a plastic goat, and whoever wins, they get to display it on their line for the year. And the other thing I missed was at kind of the last thing on each month where it says Nashville hot pizza, hot honey pepperoni, sun butter and jalapeno burger, which I'm told is actually really good, even though it doesn't sound that way. Again, that's just something extra that we're going to market and have every month. Is just change the menu up. And that's the other thing I left out. So last year we were a test case for something called Top Secret Taste Test. So I don't know if it's going to be pizza again this year, but we basically gave entry forms to high school kids and said, just imagine the craziest pizza you can come up with. And I had 3 from Washington. I send this to a different school district. They don't tell them where it came from. They actually prepare it, give it to the students, and the students vote on which one they like best. And out of the 20 school districts that did that, they kind of took it all into a vote. And then Sodexo culinary people picked who the winners were. For some reason, the people here all did dessert pizzas and none of them won. So that's what the hot honey pepperoni one is. The person that won the national competition won that. But I did have somebody here, the person that won from our school got all kinds of prizes. I don't know if you've seen the little pizza makers that kind of has a heater and the pizza spins underneath it. And they got pizza cutters and oven mitts and all kinds of stuff. So it was pretty neat. That's all I have for you guys. You got any questions for me?
How's the summer food program going?
It's going well. It's going smooth. The numbers are down as far as the people that are taking advantage of the non-congregate handout bags that we have. It's rained the first 2 days we've done it, which didn't happen at all last summer. But yeah, it's going well. It's going well. Yeah.
I'll brag on them because we've had got to deal with. We did the gala and they catered for us, and the food was fantastic. So I appreciate that. Evan was awesome to work with. But then also the sports meals, like the team meals, have been fantastic. And I know it's different than like the school stuff. It's the catering menu,
Yeah.
but we did it for football for the first time this last year, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, I did
So-
football, baseball, and basketball. And if you guys know other coaches that I didn't do that for, I'm happy to do it for any sports team that wants it. So let them
that
know.
sort of stuff. It
Yeah.
was great, and the boys they loved it, so.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Oh,
I'm
It
sure
takes a
the
lot out of
parents
us.
help like it too,
He
because
helped serve,
before it
which
was,
really fun.
the parents would have to make sandwiches and get them there, and
Yeah.
so it's a big help.
And
and-
snacks for the locker
yeah.
rooms, like that, I mean, that's another thing that you're doing for football is some snacks, like after school things, because it's so close.
yeah.
So anyway, I just thought I'd say.
No,
thank
I
you.
appreciate that. I do.
Yeah.
Sectional, regional, semi-state, had good feedback from the people that were come down in the hospitality room and the stuff there. I thought it was great.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
I know that's extra.
It is, but we try to go overboard with a little bit because it's, we're showing off to other school
Sure,
districts. So,
I know it's extra work and extra time for everybody, and appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you saying that. All right, thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Evan.
Thanks, Evan. Okay, next we have Michael Schwartz from Hagerman to provide an update on the primary project.
How's it going? So yeah, we're making good progress out there. So we been working on, Donnie Gress has been doing great for us out there on the site excavation and putting in the storm lines for us. Concrete footings are going in. We're getting close to finishing those up. And then if you guys have been out there, the masonry walls are going up really fast. So they've been knocking them out of the park for us. Really pleased with that work. And then you guys, I think some of you saw the demo of the sawtooth happened, and that was a big step for us to get that out of the way so that we can get a lot more work, just footings and foundations. The courtyard work opens up. So yeah, really excited to keep that going and get that work done this summer. So we're ready for school there for some of that stuff. Let's see, and then yeah, the kitchen's progressing really well. Yeah, I think painting finished today, and yeah, we're ready to start the floors, and then next will be getting the equipment in there and getting it running. So yeah, we're in good shape to get that ready for school, and it's been a lot of good progress, and you guys could see the a lot of pictures in there, different progress pictures, but yeah, I think overall it's been a good project, and yeah, we're excited to keep it moving and push forward, and yeah. Any questions you guys have for me?
How you feel like you're doing schedule wise?
Yeah, I think we're on track. I mean, how would I answer that? Good question. Yeah, I'd say we're on track. The steel's coming in July, and I think that's right where we need to be to have it to get dried in by this winter, and then open up by the time school starts next year. I think we're right on track for that.
No major pickups to this point or anything. That's what I've noticed. And didn't find anything in the courtyard you weren't expecting or anything like that.
Nothing that's.
It's amazing how fast all that went down. I walked through there yesterday and just saw the courtyards all been dug up.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a muddy mess this morning. I was out there this morning, but by this afternoon it was pretty dry actually, so it dried out pretty quick. And yeah, they're going to be working the storm lines in there, and so we'll have some good drainage in there. And yeah, it's going well.
Great.
Any other questions? Great.
The drone video, is that going to be up on our website? Or is that?
I just sent it to you. I don't know if you saw it.
I actually looked at it real quick before I came in.
I'll put it on the website, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I just got it from our drone guy, like right before I sent it. I was like, come on, like, where's it at? And he was waiting on some stuff, but he got it to me. So
Yeah, it says here, be sent out soon, and there you go. You got it. Good job.
yeah, thank you.
Evan, happy with the progress in the kitchen out there? Is that gonna be good things?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
I didn't get a heart attack, so I'm afraid to go over there. I asked them about it, so once they do the board, actually. Okay.
all right. Well, guess we've reached the time where if we have anyone signed up to speak on our agenda topics, any of our patrons? No. We'll move right on to personnel. No retirements. Looks like a resignation.
Resignations, recommending that the board approve the resignation of Laura Jane Seidel as an elementary aide.
I have a recommendation to approve the resignation. Do I have a motion for that? Mrs. Browning, second from Mr. Miller. Any questions on the resignation? All in favor? 6-0. Leaves.
Recommending that the board approve the leave of absence for Caitlin Stahl from August 10th to November 9th.
A recommendation to approve the leave for Caitlin Stahl. I have a motion from Mr. Cornelius, a second from Mr. Hedrick. Questions on the leave? Not all in favor? 6-0. Appointments.
I'd like to recommend the following individuals to be hired, be board approved. The first one, Natalia Sharma, we're recommending to be hired for the first grade DLI Spanish teacher. Let's see, we have an asterisk next to her name. She's still working through some of the, she's an international hire, so there's lots of paperwork that she's working through. So we'll be monitoring that here as we go through the next several weeks. Suzanne Hawthorne as a high school science teacher, Denise Rogers as high school ECA treasurer, Stephanie Sullivan as a primary preschool aide, and Callie Stoll. We need to get board approved. She worked the iRead summer school remediation program for us here a couple weeks ago.
Okay, a recommendation to approve these appointments. We get to approve them all at once. I will make a motion for that. Mr. Coleman, second for Mr. Hedrick. Questions?
I just have a question. What is no TRF and no PRF on those two for those mean? What's that? I'm just curious.
It means because they'll be drawing their pensions and
I
we
gotcha.
won't be paying
I
their
gotcha.
teacher.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Not all in favor of approval? 6-0. ECA appointments.
I'd like to recommend that the board hire the following individuals. Jaime Rojas as the 7th grade boys soccer coach, Michael Caravantes as a boys soccer volunteer, pending their background checks.
Okay, a recommendation to approve these two ECA appointments. Do I have a motion for that from Mr. Hedrick, second from Mrs. Browning. Do I have any questions on the ECA appointments? Not all in favor? 6-0. No other? No old business?
No old business.
Right into new business.
First item, every year, we're required by state law to set an out-of-district transfer policy and count, and I've provided it to you through a memo. What we're saying is out-of-district applications will be accepted through the entire 26-27 school year. And 2, for the 26-27 school year, out-of-district transfers will be set to 30 per grade in grades K through 6 and 50 in grades 7 through 12. Applicable regulations outlined in Indiana Code 20-26-11-31 will be utilized to determine eligibility.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the out-of-district transfer policy for the next school year. A motion from Mr. Miller, second from Mr. Hedrick. Anyone have any questions on this policy? Not all in favor? 6-0. Looks like our budget schedules.
Would ask for board approval for the Washington Community Schools budget schedule for 2027. We have to have that board approved just so that our public can follow along and know when the hearing is and when it'll finally be approved, and just all the dates for the process.
Okay, so it is a board approval of the schedule, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the budget schedule for next year. Motion for Mr. Elmer, second for Mr. Cornelius. Do I have any questions on the schedule? All in favor of approval? 6-0. The Sodexo food contract.
presented to you is the new Sodexo 5-year contract. I would recommend that the board approves the new contract.
Okay, recommendation to approve the Sodexo food service contract. There's a motion for that. Mr. Hitter, second from Mr. Miller. Want to have any questions regarding the food service contract? Not all in favor of approval? 6-0. Now on to the facilities contract.
We have the new Sodexo facilities contract. I would recommend that we approve this contract. It is set up as a 1-year contract with 2 optional years for up to, so total of up to 3 years. I want to thank Graham and some of the Sodexo regional managers that were part of a lot of discussions this spring. Washington Community Schools, like a lot of schools across the state, are facing tighter budgets when it comes to operations, how we maintain our buildings, custodial grounds. And felt like Sodexo listened to our situation, and they're really kind of stepped up as a partner. The contract itself is actually $75,000 less than what we had the prior year, which definitely helps us through as we kind of navigate what our operations account's going to do in terms of the revenue coming to us here these next couple of years. So we appreciate that. And Carrie Alford, the business manager, and I just feel good about this contract and continuing our partnership with Sodexo Facilities.
Okay, have a recommendation to approve the Sodexo contract for facilities. And a motion from Mrs. Brown, second from Mr. Hedrick. You want to have any questions on the facilities contract? Not all in favor of approval? 6-0. All right, looks like we get to read a bunch of policies. Sit back and relax, Mr. Frank. You can start reading.
Yeah, we'd be here all night if we went through all these. So first reading, just so our public knows, Washington Community Schools subscribes to Neola, which is a organization that helps to update schools' board policies, help us to stay on top of legislative updates and other tweaks that occur. And so what's been presented to the board is 20-some updates to a variety of policies. This is just the first reading. We'll bring these back for the second reading and official approval so that we can update it in July.
All right, no board actions, so
Unless anybody has any questions or
if you need
comments on
something to get yourself to sleep tonight, just start reading. There's a lot of them. All right, teacher and principal evaluations.
Yes, tonight I'm presenting to you an update to our teacher and principal evaluation plans. Want to thank several individuals. We had multiple principals, had a group of about 15 teachers that spent time working on a committee, reviewing plans, offering feedback, helping us to tweak the plan. And this will be really kind of a main focus for us to implement these in a solid way for this next school year. But needing board approval to officially make these our teacher and principal evaluation plans for the 26-27 school year.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the new teacher and principal evaluation plans. So I have a motion for that. Mr. Hedrick, second from Mr. Miller. Want to have any questions regarding the new plans?
I think it's great. Reading through it, I think it's great.
All right, all in favor of approval? 6-0. Okay, we have a resolution for reapproval of the building.
Yeah, the next two items, G and H, are related to the second issuance of the project bonds for the primary. So we work with Ice Millers, our bond attorney, and he helps to, provide us the guidance and making sure we're doing all the things that we need to do for legal purposes. So the first one, letter G, is the resolution for reapproving the building corporation. And basically that's for the building corporation, a not-for-profit Indiana corporation, to issue tax exempt bonds. The IRS requires that the school board reapprove the building corporation and authorize it to issue tax exempt bonds on behalf of the school corporation. So asking for board approval for that resolution.
Okay, recommendation to approve the resolution for reapproval of the building corporation. Do I have a motion for that? Mrs. Browning, a second from Mr. Hedrick. Want to have any questions? Try and say it again. I got it out. All right, all in favor of approval? 6-0. All right.
And item H, again, related to the second issuance of project bonds. This one is the resolution approving the third supplement to master continuing disclosure, undertaking, and issuance of bonds.
All right, I have a recommendation to approve the resolution that he just laid out right there. Do I have a motion for that from Mr. Elmer? Second from Mr. Miller. Want to have any questions on that? Not all in favor of approval. 6-0. On the field.
So this item I, we're calling it the Allen Field Property Resolution. And what I'd like to share just with our board and our public on this one, tonight's resolution is not a vote to sell Allen Field. It is a vote to begin the process required under Indiana law for the board to evaluate a potential sale. If approved, the district will obtain 2 independent appraisals, publish public notice, and hold a public hearing before any future decision is considered. This action simply allows us to gather the necessary information, ensures transparency, and conduct appropriate due diligence before the board determines whether a sale would be in the best interest of Washington Community Schools and our community. So asking for the board to approve this resolution, and so that those things that I just read about will be the next steps in this process.
Okay, a recommendation to approve the Allen Field property resolution. And a motion for that. Mr. Miller, second from Mrs. Brown. You want to have any questions on the property resolution? If not, all in favor of approval? 6-0. All right, Public Library Board appointments.
Yeah, so this came in just this week from our, I think Teresa Heidenreich is our library, she's the director maybe. And she just asked if we could reapprove 2 individuals that serve on their board as the public school appointees. So 2 appointees to the library from the Washington School Board are up for renewal. Both Lori Lundy and Alexander Velazquez are willing to serve another 4-year term. I would recommend that we appoint those 2 for them to continue with their term.
Okay, have a recommendation to approve these 2 appointments to the library board. I have a motion for that from Mr. Cornelius, second from Mr. Hedrick. Do I have any questions on that? If not, all in favor? 6-0. No other. So we'll move on to, do we have any non-agenda patron statements? All right, information items, Mr. Frank.
Information items, we'll have an executive session before the regular board meeting in July at 6 p.m. On July 16th, regular board meeting will be July 16th at 7 p.m. And I think that's all I have. Just, you know, like Michael shared a lot, but it's pretty neat to see all the activity over at the primary building. And I know school will be here before too long, so it'll be interesting to watch how you reform the back part so that our parents can get back through there. But just, it's been an interesting project to follow. That's all I have.
All right, anybody else have anything to bring before the board this evening? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn from Mr. Hedrick, second from Mrs. Browning. All in favor? 6-0, meeting adjourned. Thank you all.